If you're hunting for a rig built to handle today's games and handle whatever's next, this list is for you. Finding the right gaming desktop isn't just about raw power, it's about matching the build to the way you play. Some rigs are tuned for smooth 1080p performance, others push into 4K territory, and a few balance gaming with creative workloads or streaming. The best setups deliver fast load times, reliable cooling, and enough future-proofing so you're not upgrading again in a year. We've pulled together the top 5 best gaming desktops across budgets and playstyles. So whether you're chasing esports frame rates or cinematic graphics, there's a machine here that fits. Just be sure to watch through to find the best for you. Okay, let's get to it. If 1080p gaming at high settings at a price that seems reasonable, the iBUYPOWER Slate MESH SMI7N5701 is going to make you happy. This gaming desktop doesn't mess around. It's built with an Intel Core i7-14700F and a 12GB NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070, so it handles popular AAA titles with confidence at 1080p. You get solid frame rates without having to cut corners on graphics, which is perfect for anyone who wants to play at high settings without upgrading to a $3,000 rig. The Slate Mesh knows how to multitask. With 32GB of DDR5 RAM clocked at 5200 MHz, you can have Discord, Chrome, and Spotify running while you're in-game. The 1TB NVMe SSD doesn't just store your games, it launches them fast, keeping load time short so you're not staring at a loading screen wondering what went wrong. Wi-Fi ready and running Windows 11 Home. It's basically plug and play for gamers who want speed and reliability out of the box. And yeah, this rig looks the part. The tempered glass side panel and RGB lighting across the Slate Mesh chassis give it some serious visual flair. The mesh front panel keeps airflow healthy, paired with Frostblade fans and a dedicated tower air cooler that keeps things from heating up when your match goes long. Expect a tower that's meant to stay put on your desk, show off a bit, and handle future upgrades without fuss. The top panel USB ports and USB-C make plugging in accessories a breeze, while the RTX 5070 handles HDMI and DisplayPort for your monitor setup. Ethernet keeps you locked in for lag-free matches, and Bluetooth plus built-in Wi-Fi mean your keyboard, mouse, or headset stay happily connected. iBUYPOWER even tosses in a matching keyboard and mouse, so you can skip hunting for extras and jump straight into gaming. No guesswork, no unnecessary pains. For gamers looking for high-performance 1080p gaming without overcomplicating things, the iBUYPOWER Slate MESH SMI7N5701 hits the sweet spot. It's powerful, flashy, and capable of handling everything from competitive shooters to visually demanding RPGs. If you want a system that keeps up with current games, is upgrade-friendly, and won't make you choose between performance and style, this iBUYPOWER desktop delivers exactly what you need. Next, we have the Panorama Gaming PC, and it isn't shy about what it was built for. Heavy workloads and long gaming sessions where you're running a whole lot more than just a game. With Intel's Core i9-14900KF at the heart, 24 cores, 32 threads, and boost speeds up to 6.0 GHz, you're looking at a rig that can rock its way through gaming, recording, editing, and streaming all at the same time. That makes it perfect for people who don't just play, but also produce. Pair that processor with 32GB of DDR5 RAM, and you've got room to juggle multiple apps, tabs, and tools without watching your stream grind down. Whether you're live on Twitch with overlays, alerts, and chat software open, or cutting together highlight reels after the fact, this PC has the memory and speed to keep things running in step. That combination of muscle and multitasking stability is why this system is such a natural fit for streamers and content creators. On the graphics front, the RTX 5070 with 12GB of GDDR7 memory brings more than enough power for ultra-detailed 1080p gaming at well over 100 frames per second. Ray tracing support means you see games at their cinematic best, while your audience gets a broadcast that holds up under the weight of modern visuals. If your setup includes VR or more demanding 1440p titles, the Panorama is still more than capable, giving you headroom for what's next. The design makes just as strong an impression as the specs. Frameless tempered glass on both the front and side panels turns the internals into a showcase, while 9A RGB fans don't just keep things cool, they put on a dynamic light show that makes your setup look as good as it performs. Those fans are tuned for airflow, so even when the CPU and GPU are under heavy load, you're not fighting heat or throttling midstream. Storage is another highlight worth calling out. A massive 2TB NVMe Gen 4 SSD means lightning-fast boot times, quick file transfers, and a ton of space for your game library, recorded footage, and creative projects. When you're bouncing between live streaming, editing, and gaming, those little weights add up fast, and this drive makes them disappear. Combine that with Wi-Fi 6E for a stable, modern connection and Windows 11 Pro already loaded, and the Panorama Gaming PC is ready to slot into a pro-level setup. Now, we need to tell you about the Dell Alienware Aurora R16. If your goal is actually to push your games into 4K territory without compromises, this is the gaming desktop that can handle it. Alienware redesigned the Aurora line with the Legend 3 chassis, and it's not just a cosmetic shift. The airflow system is quieter, more efficient, and keeps the whole build running cooler even when you're playing the latest blockbusters at ultra settings. Slide open the black basalt case and you'll find the 14th Gen Intel Core i7-14700F, a 20-core engine that doesn't flinch no matter how much you throw at it. Streaming, recording, chatting, or rendering video in the background? Relax, it's got you covered. Backed by 32GB of DDR5 RAM, this rig is a multitasking monster. The real star, though, is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Super with 12GB of GDDR6X. Built on Ada Lovelace architecture, NVIDIA's GPU design, you can expect better efficiency, stronger ray tracing, and DLSS 3-frame generation for smoother gameplay at high resolutions. Translation: whether you're chasing cinematic lighting in single-player RPGs or trying to keep competitive shooters running well at 4K, the 4070 Super has the power to deliver. If you've been stuck gaming at 1440p and waiting for a pre-built that can make the jump to 4K viable, this one's built for you. Alienware didn't ignore the rest of the details either. Storage comes in the form of a fast 1TB NVMe SSD, snappy enough for quick boot ups and fast load times, though you'll likely want to add extra drives later if you have a giant library. The case is full of thoughtful touches: hexagonal side vents for passive airflow, customizable Alien FX lighting with millions of RGB options, and a clean cable layout that not only looks good through the optional clear side panel, but also helps cooling do its job more efficiently. And here's the kicker: despite all that power, the R16 is physically more compact than older Alienware builds. That makes it easier to fit on or under a desk without giving up its flagship status. For anyone who wants a machine that looks sharp, runs whisper quiet compared to older models, and actually delivers the horsepower for 4K gaming, the Dell Alienware Aurora R16 is one of the strongest high-end pre-builts you can pick up right now. Prices for this gaming desktop and the rest on our list can be found in the description below. While you're scrolling, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It may seem like nothing, but it actually helps us bring you more great picks. Okay, jumping back in, meet the MSI Codex Z2 A8NVP-436US. Not every gaming PC needs to chew through 4K like a $5,000 workstation, and that's exactly where the Codex Z2 shines. It's the kind of machine that gives you great mileage for your money. Powerful enough to play today's biggest titles at 1080p or 1440p with high settings, but priced in a way that doesn't feel like you're paying extra for bragging rights. If you want a reliable, budget-friendly tower that handles everyday gaming, this one deserves a serious look. The Codex Z2 is powered by AMD's Ryzen 7 8700F, paired with an RTX 5070 graphics card. That combo is where the magic happens. The CPU delivers enough multi-core muscle for multitasking and productivity, while the RTX 5070 puts up excellent numbers in modern titles. You're looking at smooth frame rates in demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077 or Total War at 1080p and 1440p, with DLSS pushing those numbers even higher. It's not the top dog in MSI's lineup, but it's far from underpowered. Storage and memory are surprisingly generous for this price range. You're getting 32GB of DDR5 RAM, which is plenty for gaming, streaming, and everyday use, and a 2TB NVMe SSD. Translation: you won't be stuck deleting games every month just to make room for the next big release, and load times feel practically instant. This balance of fast storage and ample RAM means the Codex Z2 doesn't just game well, it's also a capable machine for light content creation, schoolwork, or even work-from-home tasks. The mid-tower chassis has a clean, modern look, with a tinted glass side panel that shows off the RGB lit fans without overwhelming your desk setup. It's not a look-at-me case, but it has just enough flair. Oh, and also, the Codex Z2 is built with upgradability in mind. The layout is straightforward, cable management is tidy, and components are easy to swap down the line. Right from the start, the MSI Codex Z2 A8NVP-436US delivers strong performance for the price, but in the long run, it's flexible enough to grow with you. And finally, we have the Lenovo Legion Tower 7 iGen 834 IRZ8. This isn't a modest starter rig. It's a full-on competitive weapon built for gamers who want zero compromises. With an Intel Core i9-14900KF processor and an RTX 4080 Super, it slices through demanding titles like Cyberpunk 2077, Control, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider at settings that would bring mid-range PCs to their knees. At both 1440p and 4K, this tower has the sheer power to keep you at the top of the pack. Overall performance is what deserves the most attention here, but we gotta give a little love to Legion's design. The chassis takes a more understated route than some flashier gaming towers, sticking with a storm gray finish and a sharp, angular front that houses customizable RGB lighting. Pop the side glass panel and you'll get a clear view of the internals, GPU, cooling, and lighting effects all humming in sync. It's the kind of setup that looks clean without going overboard. And if you do want to turn the RGB into a light show, Lenovo's Spectrum software gives you plenty of ways to make it flashier. Of course, gaming rigs this muscular need to stay cool under pressure, and the Legion handles that with ease. Between its spacious mid-tower layout, a solid radiator setup, and efficient airflow, temperatures stay in check even when you're hammering the system with marathon sessions. That's especially important in the competitive scene, where stability is non-negotiable. The practical side is just as strong. While Lenovo built the Tower 7i to be a premium gaming desktop, it's still upgradable. It gives you multiple M.2 slots, up to 128GB RAM support, and plenty of ports, including 20 gigabits per second USB-C and enough DisplayPort HDMI outputs to run a full multi-monitor battle station. Even the bundled USB-C travel hub makes sense for players who bounce between setups but want reliable connectivity. The included keyboard and mouse aren't on the same level as the tower itself, but that's an easy swap. If you're the type of gamer who lives for ultra settings, blistering refresh rates, and the bragging rights that come with running AAA titles at 4K without breaking a sweat, the Lenovo Legion Tower 7 iGen 834 IRZ8 is tailor-made for you. It's premium, it's pricey, and it doesn't try to be anything else. This is a system built to win, whether that means topping leaderboards or just making every new release look jaw-droppingly good. If you want to check out the price for this gaming desktop or any of the others, be sure to head down to the description. And if you've enjoyed the ride, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us a lot. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.